told me this. I was shocked. See, he is the one that carried that dead body from the what? From the bus to the morgue. Maybe you would think that this thing will discourage this my brother, right? When we say rivers in the desert, what are we saying when we say rivers in the desert? Well, a desert is a dry place. A dry what? A dry place. A place where water is not found easily. A place where water is not found easily. In the book of Numbers, chapter 21, the Bible tells us about one such wilderness. In fact, the Bible calls it the wilderness of Zin. Of sin. What they lacked was water. Can I say this thing? Sometimes we tend to want to speak in tongues because everything seems to be all right with us. Am I communicating with you? You tend to speak in tongues because everything is what? All right with you. When you're not thinking of any wahala, if you say pray in tongues, you can do shkadale maratosa, likato shakabarata. Am I communicating with you? You can pray in tongues because all seems to be what? Well with you. You can come to church, in fact, sometimes because all is not as bad to you. But when circumstances happen, are you getting it? That can shock you. You may want to now say, what's it? Because you see, that experience he was sharing with you of that prison something. You see, the first day he said he was in despair, right? Do you know that thing would have either made him or broken him? Do you get it? That circumstance would have either what? Made him or what? Broken him. Mad him. How can you say you are serving God and the next day after deciding you want to serve God, the next thing you saw police in your doorstep, and then the next thing they've carried you to say, how can? Hallelujah. Am I communicating with you? So it was God that had to pull through. See, I said it. My own brother, younger brother, this same year I'm talking to you, he was going for missions. What did I say, please? Missions. Can you repeat after me? Missions. You would have thought that God will send 5,000 angels to guide their boss. Am I communicating with you? You would have thought that God will send what? 5,000 angels to, guide their boss. Guess what happened? On their way going to Jos, armed robbers got the boss. Am I communicating? Armed robbers got the boss. So the armed robbers say, yes, everything you have, bring it. So all of them were submitting their phones. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? Including my brother, he submitted his own phone. Now there happened to be one particular girl. That girl refused to submit her phone. Remember again, where did we say they were going in that bus? Remember, where did we say they were going? Missions. Just. They were going to a village that have not heard of Jesus. Am I communicating? They were going to a village that have not what? Heard of Jesus. And then what happened was strange. The lady refused to give her phone. She held back the phone. The criminals became angry and they brought out a knife and chop on the neck. And blood began to pump. And you would think God would save the girl. The girl died. Am I communicating? The girl did what? The girl died. Remind me again, where did we say these people were going? Missions. My brother said he was surprised that he was even the one, this my brother testifying about it. He said he was the one that carried the girl's dead body from the bus to the morgue. 2 minutes, I was shocked. See, he is the one that carried that dead body from the what? From the bus to the morgue. Maybe you would think that this thing will discourage this my brother, right? You think? When I heard the fact, because before they even came back, news of the girl's demise has reached. You get how that thing used to move. So we heard the news, and I told my brother, I said, Oga, you are not using road to come back, even if it means for me to empty my account for you to fly from Jos to Enugu, we do it. My brother say, hey, so you have money for me to fly, and I'm suffering. I say, yeah. What is? I thought this guy would be shaking. He said, what is that? You know what happened? You know what happened to that guy? Satan thought he wanted to discourage him. He didn't know that what will happen to him is the opposite. He didn't know that what his mind would be like. What's the worst thing Satan can do? See, can I say this? The worst thing Satan can do is that he can take your body. He cannot take your soul. Am I communicating with somebody? He can take your body. He cannot. For as long as I'm concerned, you know that girl is actually a martyr. In the rank of Peter. Am I communicating? That girl is a martyr now. In the rank of what? In the rank of Peter. You know, when you are in the worst situation of your life, even standing before death, what will be your testimony? Did you get it? What will be your what? Your testimony. And so when those guys were in the wilderness of sin, their testimony began to alter, began to shift. Their testimony began to shift. They began to complain against Moses. It's you that carried us to this place. You know that sometimes when God is leading you, are you getting it? It's not going to be easy. Hallelujah. It's not going to be easy.